Hello, my name is Benjamin DeVoe, and I will be providing explanations and examples of graphic design principles within my B-Boy Injuries infographic. As a quick definition, a data infographic reveals complex statistical information in an understandable format using patterns, visuals, and correlations. The specific principles I'm discussing today are focal point, visual hierarchy, and color theory. A focal point is something that carries visual weight and draws your eye's attention. However, not all focal points are the same. Some carry more weight than others and can be categorized as dominant, subdominant, or subordinate. They're especially important with infographics to help convey the point of the visual. In my infographic, I use the B-Boy silhouette as the dominant focal point. It's easily identifiable to the general public and especially to hip-hop dancers. For the subdominant focal points, I used rings to highlight injury-specific areas on the body. My hope was the rings would further focus my readers' attention to the joints. One of the subordinate focal points were boxes highlighting the origin and meaning behind the numbers. They're faint and meant to provide color texture around the information without competing with the dominant focal point. I justified this decision because images capture attention faster than text. From using focal points, I knew I wanted to create a visual hierarchy. As a review, a hierarchy is an organization of items into different levels of importance. Visual hierarchy is demonstrated by emphasizing different focal points over one another. This established visual then displays meaning through repetition and alignment. As previously mentioned, I used rings to highlight different injuries on the body. This repetition provided a consistency for the viewer. However, I made slight changes to each ring that would provide a visual hierarchy. The size and brightness of the rings depend on the injury percentage. The higher the percentage, the brighter and bigger the rings and associated text would be. I justified this as subtle visual hierarchy because it would allow viewers to visually gravitate towards the higher injury occurrences. Another use of this repetition and size change was present in detailing top 3 B-boy and B-girl injuries. For alignment, I considered the rule of thirds where an imagined 3x3 grid rests over an image. My lecture notes showed the highest areas of focus were on the grid's left side. I modeled my infographic using the most important injury percentages listed on the left, such as ankle and foot, forearm and wrist, and tendon and muscle. Finally, I used basic color theory to help with my infographic. Harmony denotes the colors are working together and not a competing, jarring image. A color wheel is a tool used for combining colors, and color meaning refers to colors having inherent connotations. When used appropriately, colors help focus the viewer to the mood and meaning of a graphic design. For my infographic, I initially referred to a color wheel for choosing complementary colors and contrasts. Note the B-boy image is orange, while the complementary color of the title and subdominant focal point are blue. For contrasts, I saw using a dark background would require bright, saturated colors. To comply with color harmony, I used white for text, bright blue for wheels and text, and saturated orange for the B-boy silhouette. For color meaning, I specifically chose orange for the silhouette to emphasize enthusiasm and creativity that would accompany a dancer. I chose blue because of health and seriousness to highlight the most important areas. To conclude, I chose red to detail the injuries and denote danger or caution. Thanks for listening. I hope you learned more about infographics and about graphic design principles.